My name is Shashank Ranjan, and as you already know that IBPS announces the examination date. So the aspirants who are already started their preparation, they have to solve more and more, and they have to keep practicing more and more, so that they can do well in the examination. And but the aspirants who do not started their preparation, they have to start from today, so that they can do well in the examination. As you know that in the examination there are three sections: reasoning. First is reasoning, second is aptitude, and third is English. So here I am discussing about the reasoning section. So the syllabus, what's the syllabus is the of reasoning. First I discuss it with you. So in the first topic is inequality, and in inequality there are two things. Previously we saw the questions that is simple, like there is two variables and it is connected through an operator, and there are two or three equation like given, and we have to find the relation with, and you have to just find the relations. So, but in the examinations which is already passed in few months, it is we got another type of inequality questions. So where the operators equal to and greater than and less than, instead of the giving the direct operator, they are giving the they are symbolizing the operators with another sign, like plus, minus, dollar, and after that you have to find the uh, relation between the variables. So we discuss about it in the in this section, in this video. So the second topic is order and ranking, and third is direction and distances, fourth is coding and decoding, fifth is blood relations, sixth is silox, and seventh is sitting arrangement. In sitting arrangement there are two sections, and sitting arrangement plus puzzle both. So and the next is input and output, and the last is statement and assumptions. So this is the syllabus of the reasoning sections. So in now we are talking about the topic, the inequality. So first thing is, what's the operator? First we have to discuss about, first we know that what's the basics, or what's the terms used in the inequality topic. So first is the operators. What's the operators? So there are five operators that we used in the in this type of questions, that is greater than, smaller than, greater than or equal to, smaller than or equal to, and third is, and final is equal to. So greater than or greater than, it many of the questions you found in the examination, that instead of giving you the greater than, they write the neither smaller than nor equal to, like this smaller than is also written in the examination in the question, basically the neither greater than nor equal to. Similar to that, greater than or equal to is also, we can also say in other language that either greater than or equal to. Smaller than or equal to, we can also say that in other way, that is either smaller than or equal to. And the final, the equal to, instead of saying equal to, we can also say that neither is smaller than nor greater than. So in the inequality questions, the most important thing is that the priorities of the operators. So in the problem of mathematical equalities, operators greater than and less than has the highest priority. So this is followed by greater than equal to, and smaller than equal to, and the least priority have the equal to sign. So equal to has the least priority. So we can also understand through a example. So if a statement is given that A is greater than B and B is greater than C, so if it is written that A is greater than B and B is greater than equal to C and C is equal to D, then we can say that C is equal to D. So here it is written that C oblique D, either C or D, both are the same value. So we can say that A is greater than C and A is also greater than D. So because why it is, we can say that because we are already seeing that in the question that between the A to B it is greater than, but B to C it is greater than equal to. So that's why I told you that the priority of the operator is most important in this type of questions. So here greater than is between the A to B relation, and B to C it is greater than equal to. So we already know that. So greater than is have highest priority than greater than equal to, and greater than equal to have highest priority than equal to. So we written here. So the established equation is relation is A is greater than C oblique D, either C to D, because greater than has highest priority. So if you talk about B to D, what's the relation between B and D? So here the B to C it is greater than equal to, but C to D it is equal to, and we already know that greater than equal to has highest priority than equal to. So we are so it is the what's the relation between that? It is B is equal to D. Okay, so B is equal to D. So because greater than equal to has highest priority. Okay, I think I hope you understand all the concepts. So next moving to the statement and the questions. So it is the first type of question that is very simple. So there is two equations given here, three equations basically. P is smaller than Q, Q is smaller than equal to S, S is equal to T. This is the first. And the second is R is equal to Q, Q is smaller than U, and V is greater than U. This is the statement given to you in the question, and there is also given the conclusion, and you have to justify that which conclusion is right and which conclusion is wrong. Either conclusion 1 follows or 2 follows, or either 1 and 2 follows, or if neither conclusion 1 nor 2 follows, or if both conclusion 1 and 2 follows. This type of options given to you. But before solving this question, I can it is also important to know some other concepts also. So greater than equal to, if you talk about, if we are we are talking about greater than equal to, then we can also say in other ways that it is also say that greater than or equal to. Greater than equal to means either greater than or equal to. Okay, just like that, similar to this. Smaller than equal to, we can also say that either is smaller than or equal to. Okay, so greater than is also written as greater than or equal to, either greater than or equal to. Smaller than, we can also say that smaller than or equal to. So this is the most important concept that you have to keep in mind, because many of the questions you got this type of problems where you have to split this operator into these two. Okay, so so moving to the question, what's the question is given. So the first conclusion says that P is greater than U, and the second conclusion is saying that V is greater than T. So there, for solving, there are two type of two ways we can solve this question. First is traditional method, and second is the quicker method, or we can say that the shortcut method. So first we solve this question through a traditional method. So what's the P to U? So we can say, we can see that U is connected to Q by greater than. So but Q, how can we solve? P is smaller than Q, and here we see that Q is smaller than, so P is smaller than Q and Q is smaller than U. So by this we can say that P is smaller than U. But in the conclusion, the first conclusion says that P is greater than U. But here it is, we solve the answer given by after the solving the equation, P is smaller than U. So this conclusion is wrong. Okay. Moving to the second conclusion. So, and the second conclusion says that V is greater than T. So we can solve this. V is greater than T. So here we can see that V is how we connect all the variables, that Q is smaller than U, U, and U is smaller than V, and P is smaller than T, and we already see that Q is smaller than equal to T. So Q is Q, and Q is smaller than equal to S, and S is and S. Sorry for the, this is smaller than S is equal to T. So here we can see that V to T relation, V is smaller than U and U is smaller than Q, but Q is smaller than S. So there is no direct relation between V and T. So we cannot say that V is greater than T. So by this it is also wrong. So our answer will be if neither conclusion 1 not 2 follows. Okay. So I hope you understand what's the concept and what's how we solve the question through the traditional method. But if we talk about about how to solve the question through the easier method, because it is traditional and it takes too much time, and we do not have too much time and while solving the question in the examination. So how we can solve this question easily and quickly? So for this, the most important concept I am telling you, so please concentrate your mind and see what I'm telling it to you, that this is the operator, this is the smaller than operator. So in this will be the opening, this is open, so it is the entering point and this is the exit point. Always a person move from the entry point to exit point. This will be entry point and this closed will be exit point. So we can only move from entry point to exit point, we cannot move from exit point to entry point. Okay, and if it is given and equal to sign, equal to operator, equal to operator both have entry point, you can go from here to here and also from here to here. Okay, so this concept is most important. So we have to know before solving the question. So how can we solve without pen and paper, without using pen and paper, and without, how can we solve? Just so we can say that P is going from, we have to go from P to U. The P has the opening entry point, P is on the side of the entry point and U is in the side of exit point. So we have to go from P to U. If it is written that U is smaller than P, so we move from P to U. Actually we always have to move from entry point to exit point. Okay, so how can we solve without using pen and paper? So we have to move from P to U. So we already know that P is in the side of exit point and we cannot go from exit point to entry point. So here, and we already saw that Q is also on the at the exit point and it is U is on the entry point. So you cannot go from Q to U, and also we cannot go from P to Q. So this will be wrong. Okay, so how you see that how easily we solve this question without using pen and paper and without solving this too much writing on the paper that P is smaller than Q and establishing relation between Q and U, and after that we conclude and then giving the answer that what is right and what is wrong. Before instead of that, we simply say that P is at the exit point and Q is on the entry point, and we cannot go from exit point to entry point, so we cannot go from P to Q. So we cannot go from P to Q, so this will be wrong, that we are going to P to U. Actually P we cannot go from P to Q, and Q cannot go from Q to, we cannot go from Q to U, so we cannot go from P to U. So this will be wrong. In the second conclusion, we have to go from V to T. So V to T is basically what? V to T. So V to U, we can go from V to U. Actually V is in the entry side, this is the entry point and this is the exit point. So we can go from V to U. So we reached here U. You can go we can go from U to Q, and U, and here is the Q. But what we see that Q is in at the exit point and we have to go from Q to T. So we cannot go from Q to T. Actually it is given that it is the equal to sign is given, so it is the condition of either and or. So we discuss it in the next section, but before basically actually there is only one there is simple operator that is greater than is given, so we cannot discuss about the greater than, equal to, or smaller than equal to. So we can see that we cannot Q is at the exit point and we have to go from Q to T, so that is not possible. So we cannot go from V to T. So both will be wrong, and your answer will be if neither conclusion 1 nor 2 follows. Without using pen and paper, you can solve these type of questions easily. In 2 to 3 minutes you can solve all the 5 questions in the examination and score 5 marks easily. So we also see this, solve this next this question, and okay. So this is written here that the equation statement is given: m is equal to n is smaller than equal to o is smaller than equal to r, and in the next it is written here, it is p is smaller than o is smaller than equal to s is smaller than t. Sorry. So n, and the conclusion we have to check whether the n is equal to s, or the second conclusion n is smaller than s. The both will be right, either this will be right or this will be right, or only one follows or only two follows. We see that. Okay. So here we are not discussing this, we are not solving this question through the traditional method. We apply the shortcut method. N is equal to s, so n and s both are sitting at the entry point. So we can go from n to s, and we can also move from s to n. Okay, so we check that n to s. So n will be, we can go from n to o. Actually what we say, that n to o and o to s. Actually it is written here that for solving for understanding for you, I am just writing this question. But if you understand this concept clearly this one time, you cannot use the pen and papers for solving this question. So, and O is okay. We see that n is smaller than equal to O, and O is smaller than equal to S. So we can conclude that n is smaller than equal to s. Actually the both operator are same, and they have the same type of priority. So there is the relation between the n to s is this. Okay. So if the same operator is follows between two or three variables, we consider it throughout. Okay, we consider it. Okay, so n is smaller than s. So but here we see that n is, in the conclusion we see that n is equal to s, and n is smaller than s. So s, we can move from s to n. So we can also say that in the other way, we can say that n is equal to s and n is smaller than s. So here we see that we have to move from n to s or s to n. In this conclusion, both are at the entry point. So here we, the same conclusion we got, that n to s, we can move from n to s or s to n. In the second conclusion, we see that we have to move from s to n, and here we are moving from s to n. We can move from s to n. S is on the entry point and this is the exit point, so s to n we can move. But here this and this is given in the two different options. First is n is equal to s, and second is n is smaller than s. So we can say that either conclusion 1 or conclusion 2 follows. So in this type of questions we check. I hope you understand the concept. So there the answer will be, so either conclusion 1 or conclusion 2 follows. So moving toward the next question. So The previously it is the basic type of questions. The and nowadays the questions came in the examination. It is type of coded inequality. So first of all, basics. As you know that the priority, you know, so the greater than and less than has the highest priority, the first priority, and greater than equal to and less than equal to has second priority, and the equal to has the least priority, as we already discussed this. And greater than equal to means greater than or equal to, and smaller than means smaller than or equal to. So this is the basic things. Moving to the question. So sorry, so how we solve the question. So mainly in the examination this type of question came, like p at the rate q means p is either greater than or equal to q, p plus q means p is either smaller than or equal to q, p at p percentage q means p is greater than q, p multiply q means p is smaller than q, and p dollar q means p is neither greater than nor smaller than q. So how we solve the this type of questions. So here I am drawing how we solve. So this type of question, we how we solve quickly. So instead of decoding all the codes that p at the rate q means p is greater than equal to q and so on, and instead of that we apply a shortcut trick. So what's the shortcut tricks? First of all, we write greater than equal to here, less than equal to here, below the greater than equal to there is greater than, below the less than equal to this is less than, and in middle it is equal to. So this is the, this is just like if a square is formed and at the corner these four operators is there are four corners, there are four operators, and then in middle the equal to operator. So we can move with, what's the rule, what's the rule associated with the this diagram. So we can move from equal to less than equal to, we can move from, it is allowed, we move from equal to greater than equal to, we can move from equal to greater than, we can move from equal to smaller than. So first of all we draw the this diagram at our question paper, and after that we symbolize all the signs with their appropriate operators, and after that we can solve. So first of all, what's the rule? First we understand what's the rule. So equal to and is in the middle. So from we can go from equal to smaller than equal to, it is allowed. We can go from equal to smaller greater than equal to, it is allowed. We can go from equal to smaller than greater than, and we can go from equal to smaller than smaller than. We can go from, it is we can go from greater than equal to greater than, we can go from greater than equal to, sorry, smaller than equal to smaller than. But you see that there is no any arrow between these two. It means that we cannot go from here to here or here to here. Actually what I say, that we cannot move from, we cannot go from greater than equal to smaller than equal to. Okay, so and we cannot go from smaller than greater than equal, greater than to smaller than, we cannot go from smaller than to greater than. if any condition came that we have to in the question that we have to move in opposite direction of this arrow, we again come back to our same position. Okay, this position, just like if I in the question if I in the question we go from smaller than, sorry, greater than to greater than equal to, then again we simply came to the greater than. Okay, so if we go from greater than to equal to, then again we come to greater than. If we go from smaller than to smaller than equal to, then at a time we simply come back to the this position. If we go from and we cannot move to here diagonally, we cannot move. Okay, so here from here to here we cannot move, from here to here we cannot move. And one thing is important, that if we are if we uh, if we go from here to here, this direction is taken as positive direction, so whatsoever the result came, it is the final result. But if we go from here to here, it is the negative direction, and the whatever the result came, the sign of the result, it's opposite. Actually the actual result will be the opposite of the resultant sign in this case. Okay, just like you understand these things in the example. Okay, so come to the example. So in the examination, if you got such type of questions, simply first draw this. Okay, and this and this. Okay, and we can move from greater than equal to greater than equal to. We can move from here to here, we can move from here to here. It is allowed actually. Up. Okay, so the diagram is completed. So what's the question, what is given in the question, that at the rate means either greater than or equal to. Either greater than means or equal to means this. So at the rate is here, p plus is either smaller than or equal to, plus either smaller than or equal to, so plus is here. Percentage means greater than q, greater than q means percentage here, and dollar multiply means smaller than q, multiply. So here, and dollar means neither greater than nor equal to. Neither greater than nor equal to means the this. Okay, it is neither greater than or nor equal to means equal to. Okay, so dollar is written here. Now we going to solve the question. Here first statement is given, m at the rate r percentage t, and t dollar k. But in the what's the first conclusion? Conclusion said that a k multiplied m. Okay, so without decoding this symbols, we can simply conclude the result. How we conclude the result? We see that. Okay, so k multiplied m. Actually we have to go to k to m. Okay, again I am repeating, we have to go to k to m, and we see that if the result between k to m is multiply or not. If the resultant is multiply, then it is right. If it is not, then it is wrong. Okay, so first k is here and m is here, so we are going from here to here. means in this direction. In previous section I told you that if we go from here to here, from right to left, okay, from right to left, in the question it is in the negative direction, and the final result came after solving this is not the final, we just opposite the sign, and that will be the final answer. So we keep in mind this fact, we always kept in mind, that in which direction we are moving, okay, in positive direction or in negative direction, okay. So k percentage t, sorry, k to m, so k to t, so we are here dollar, okay, and dollar, and t to r is percentage, so dollar to percentage, so we can move from it is allowed that we can go from dollar to percentage, we reach the at the percentage, and final r to m is at the rate, so we have to move from percentage to at the rate. As you see that the direction arrow is in the downward and we are going to upward, okay, so percentage to at the rate we reach here, but we come back to the same position at a time, okay. We move from per dollar, okay, dollar to percentage, dollar to percentage, we move, it is allowed, it is in the same arrow we are moving, okay, and we are moving in the opposite direction of this arrow, so we come back quickly, okay. So percentage to dollar to percentage, percentage to at the rate, and at the rate we are going upward and this direction is downward, so we come back to the this position, okay. So final result will be what? Final result will be m m percentage k. So final result will be m percentage k. So k, so but we are sorry. So final result came here is k percentage m, okay. But we are this is the result came after solving this, but we know that we are moving from right to left, it is the it is taken as negative, so we just opposite this sign, and the sign and the result came is the final result. So what's the opposite? Percentage, the opposite is multiply, okay. Yes, so at the rate opposite of at the rate is plus, and the opposite of plus is at the rate, percentage, and multiply. So opposite of percentage is multiply, and opposite of multiply is percentage, okay. So whenever we reverse the sign, we just take the opposite sign in this from this diagram. So what's the opposite? At the I'm again repeating that at the rate. So if at the rate, the opposite of that at the rate is plus, or we can say that opposite of greater than equal to is smaller than equal to, and whatever be the sign assigned to the this operator is the opposite, okay. It is not necessary that actually here at the rate and plus and divide and multiply is given, that's why I am saying you. But actually what is the fact, what is the concept, that opposite of the greater than equal to is smaller than equal to, and opposite of greater than is equal is smaller than. So if the sign is if you got any other sign, like you use other sign, okay. So here what's the opposite of percentage? It is multiply. So the final result will be k multiply m. Okay, actually we are moving from right to left in the negative direction, that's why we opposite this sign. If we are moving from this to this, we do not have to change the sign. Okay, so we see that this conclusion one is similar to this, so this will be right. Okay, so this will be right. Conclusion one is right. Okay, so T to M, we have to move from T to M. We check that the sign is multiply or not, or the relation between the T and M is at multiply. Multiply means smaller than equal to, it is between the T to M is or not. Okay, so T to M, so T is here, we do not take T this, actually T is associated with K. Okay, so we always take the take from here. Okay, so T to M, percentage to at the rate, percentage to at the rate, we are moving in the opposite direction of this arrow, that's why we again come back to the same this position. So percentage to at the rate, percentage, so final result will be the percentage, but we are moving in the opposite direction, right to left, that's why we just opposite the sign. Okay, opposite the sign, reverse the resultant sign, we are at the percentage. Again, I am again repeating that T to R, R to M. Okay, so T to M, we reached from T to M, so T to M, percentage to at the rate, percentage is here, at the rate is here, so we go to percentage to at the rate, but because of we are moving in the opposite direction of this arrow, that's why we just came back to our original position, or the originating position. So percentage to at the rate, we move, come back to the percentage, and we are in the opposite direction from right to left, in the negative direction, that's why we just change the sign. So percentage, opposite of the percentage is multiply, so multiply is right. Okay, in this situation we see that conclusion 1 follows and conclusion 2 follows, both follows, that's why what's the answer? If both 1 and 2 is true, it means that E will be the in this statement, E will be the answer. Okay. We move to the second statement. Okay, okay, statement 2, H to J, J to H to J is percentage, B to G is equal to plus, and B to F is at the rate. In such type of question we are seeing that it is not arranged properly. Okay, so H to J, and here it is B to G, so what's the expected, what's the right sequence? It is J to B. Okay, here we B, and here it is B to F, so it is now we arrange the sequence that H to J, J to B, and here B to F in a sequence manner. Okay, so but one thing what we have to change, that we right now we changing the sequence of B and J, so we also have to change the sign of the this operator or this sign. Okay, the plus sign also we change the, we take the opposite. Actually we are opposing na. So first of all, in the previous it is b, it is b plus j. Okay, but now we are changing, so we are reversing this sequence j, and this is b. So this b and j is also reversed, so this sign will also have to reversed. So what's the opposite of this plus? Plus opposite of the plus is at the rate, so we take at the rate. Okay, at the rate. Okay, and the sequence will arranged h to j, j to b, and b to f. So no, then we after that we going to solve the question. Okay, so conclusion, what's the conclusion? Said that f dollar j, and we have to move from f to j, f to b, okay, b to j. To f to b is what the sign is at the rate, so and b to j is at the rate. So we move to do not have to move from anywhere from at the rate. At the rate and at the rate, the both have at the rate, so the final result will be at the rate. But we are because of we are moving from in opposite direction, in the sorry, in the negative direction, that's why we change the sign. Okay, at the rate, opposite of at the rate is plus, so result will be plus. Okay, so this is this. So this will be plus, but what we see that here dollar is given. Okay, so this is a very tricky question. Okay, you have to focus, keep focus on this the question and also answer also, because always in the question there are tricky type of questions here. Yeah, this type of questions misguides you, that oh, you just think that oh, this is plus and this is a dollar, so it is not will be the answer, but it is not. Okay, so what's the concept behind, hidden behind it? Okay, f dollar j, it is written, and it is written as j percentage f. So what we get, that plus. Okay, so then plus means what? Okay, just leave this, we again check this, and after that I explain what's the answer. Okay, so j to f, j to f, j to f. Okay, we have to move from j to f. J to f is at the rate, and again it is at the rate, so final result will be at the rate, but here percentage is given. Actually it is the positive direction, but it is percentage is given. Okay, so you think that no, these two are wrong, but it is not. It is a tricky type of questions. You have to keep concentrate this your mind and see what I am telling you. Okay, so f dollar j, here it is given as f dollar j. F dollar j means f is equal to j. Okay, and it is written j percentage f. J percentage f means j percentage. Okay, j percentage f. So what we see, that we see that in the both conclusion we are finding the relation between f and j only. There is no other variable, f to j and j to f. So f to j, f to j we got plus, and j to f we got multiply. Okay, so which will be the what is the answer? So so if we take the this, okay, f to j, what we get? Plus. Plus means smaller than equal to. Okay, so f is smaller than equal to j. Okay, what we get here? J percent j we got here at the rate. Okay, so we j is greater than equal to f. One thing I hope you just understand, that these two are same. These two statements saying the same thing. F is smaller than equal to j, or here it is also showing that f is smaller than equal to j. Here what's the sign? This is plus, and here we get what? At the rate. So f is smaller than equal to j, and here it is showing that j is greater than equal to f, or f is smaller than equal to j. Here it is also j is greater than equal to f and j is greater than equal to f. So these two results, plus and at the rate, showing the same, telling us the same thing. So do not confuse between this and this. These two are same. Actually f is smaller than, you will see that na, f is smaller than equal to j, and here we also get that f is smaller than equal to j. It is in other way, it is the we can say that by this or by this. Okay, so we can split these or this into these two. F is smaller than equal to j means f is smaller than j. Okay, one thing. Okay. So we can split this into this. F is smaller than j and f is equal to j. Okay, and so f is smaller than j or j is greater than a. These two is the both are same, and if j is equal to f or f is equal to j, it is same. So we got this answer. So what will be the result? The E. Okay, the both are true. So in that situation we can mark the answer either conclusion 1 or 2. Actually there at one time only one relation established between f and j. Either f is that as we get the answer at the one time, only one relation established between f to j and j to f. Either it is equal to or it is smaller than. Okay, so either f is equal to j, f is equal to j, or either f is smaller than j. So the answer will be either conclusion 1 or 2 follows, it is C. It is C. Moving to the next question. Okay, so D to M, M to W, and W to R, it is already arranged, so we do not have to arrange this. Okay, so we moving to the conclusion. First conclusion, first is R multiply D. Okay, so R is here, R to W, W to M, M to D. Okay, so at the rate, to percentage, percentage to dollar, at the rate to percentage, we are moving in the same direction of this arrow, so we do not have to worry about that. Okay, so at the rate to percentage, okay, and percentage to dollar, here we are moving opposite of this arrow, that's why we just come back to the this position. Okay, so we at the rate to percentage and percentage to dollar and dollar to again come back to the percentage. Okay, and here we are moving in the negative direction, that's why we reverse the resultant. Okay, so percentage, the our reverse of the percentage is multiply, so result will be R percentage D. Okay, R percentage, sorry, R percentage D. Okay, and we are also, the conclusion is matched with this result, so this will be the right. Okay, W plus D, W is here, W to M, M to D, W to M percentage, M to D is dollar, and again we are moving in the negative direction. Okay, this is negative direction, so we final result, we at the final result we reverse the resultant sign. Okay, and we got the answer. So W to D, it is percentage, and percentage to dollar, we again come back to the percentage, and the reverse of the percentage is multiply, so result will be W multiply D. Sorry, W multiply D. Result came the W multiply D, but in conclusion 2 it is written W plus D, so it is not matching, these two are not matching, so this will be the wrong answer. Okay, so the result will be, so in which option you mark, if only conclusion 1 follows, means A. Okay, A. Okay, your answer will be if only conclusion 1 is true. So that's it. uh, so I think all the concept related to the coded inequality and the inequality, it is clear in to you. So thank you for this, thank you for watching this video, thank you very much.